Grants for the month of February. So this month, we have many grants, from pipelines to grants, to one-time grants, to $25,000 in grants in many states. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde. Welcome. Please subscribe to the #1 community for real estate income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know what these new grants are for the month of February, those that are expiring that need to apply now, make sure you watch the video to the end. Leave a comment below if you need help with anything. So we're going to be sharing with you new grants every month, from work from home grants, to SBA grants, to small business grants, to self-employed grants, to fast grants, to financial assistance grants, to startup grants, and much more. And we're going to be updating our calendar section on my website, AskRinde.com, where you can download February's grants list. And you can view our calendar section for the latest updates on grants. Also, our Grants Masterclass is now open. So if you'd like to learn how to properly get your business in the stream of getting grants consistently, where you're actually not facing feast or famine, but you're actually moving your business forward in strategy and knowing how to get grants consistently, make sure you join us for our Grants Masterclass by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on Grants, and getting started today. You'll be joining a team of people from all around the country who are experiencing this great masterclass and using the tools and the strategies that we share in the masterclass to change their business for good. So make sure you connect with us by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on Grants, and getting started today. #1, Georgia, Kennesaw, $500 to $2,500 in grants. So the Kennesaw Downtown Development Authority just recently launched the new On the Move Flex Grant program. So these are $500 to $2,500 grants for small businesses in that location. So the On the Move Flex Grant program is designed to help improve business processes, service delivery, as well as business expansion. Now these grants are discretionary, meaning that they're going to be given out based on need as well as potential impact. So to qualify to apply for these $500 to $2,500 in grants, your business must meet the following criteria. #1, you must be a resident in the county. #2, you must be an owner-operator and have a business in Georgia. And #3, you must complete 8 hours of training on downtown development. So the deadline to apply for these $500 to $2,500 in grants is February 1st. And you can get more information and apply for these grants by going directly to their website at kennesaw-ga.gov. #2, California, LA County, $2,500 to $25,000 in grants. So LA County just recently announced the new Economic Opportunity Grant. So these are about $54 million in grant funds that's been set aside. And the goal is to give over 6,800 grants. Now these grants are targeting specifically small businesses as well as micro businesses that have been hardest hit. So hardest hit by hardship, struggling to keep their doors open, struggling to hire, struggling to operate their businesses. This grant opportunity is for you. Now the grant is actually being given out in phases. So they have a first phase and a second phase. The first phase is being funded by state funds, and the second phase is being funded by ARPA funds. And businesses applying for the second phase can apply for $15,000 to $20,000 in grants. Now phase 2 is actually going to be opening in February. And there are key details and also criteria that make this grant program quite unique, in that they designed the Economic Opportunity Grant program with several key features as well as benefits. One in particular is that they give you pipelines to grants. So this is not just a grant program that gives you the grant and gives you the tools and gives you the resources that comes along with it. They're actually putting you in a position where you actually have streams as well as pipelines to other grant programs, which makes this grant program quite unique. In addition to that, they also give you access to an on-demand application portal as well as technical support for your business. So the Economic Opportunity Grant Program is being administered by Lendistry as well as the LA SBDC, Small Business Development Council. And as I shared earlier, phase 2 is actually being rolled out in February, and these are actually for business owners who are applying for $15,000 to $20,000 in grants. So to apply for these $15,000 to $20,000 in grants in phase 2, you can go directly to their website at grants.lacounty.gov. #3, Connecticut, the Women's Business Development Council, $2,500 to $10,000 in grants. So the Women's Business Development Council is back again with their Equity Match Grant program. Now we've covered this program here over the last few years, and this is actually for businesses that are established. One thing about a match grant is that you actually must match funds. So in this case, the Women's Business Development Council is actually giving out an equity match grant based on the project scope. And oftentimes with match grants, they have different percentages that you actually be required to actually bring as a match in order to actually get the grant. And as I've shared in the past about the Women's Business Development Council, as they've expanded, they actually work with established businesses. The grants cannot be used for operational expenses. Oftentimes with this particular grant body, they actually want to focus on the future. So they want to actually see where your business is headed, and they want to help you get there. So to qualify and to apply for this $2,500 to $10,000 in grants, your business must meet the following criteria. Number one, you must have 25% of the match for the grant. And number two, you must have a clearly defined project that factors in growth, profitability, as well as impact. So that's what I mean. They actually want to see what project you have on the horizon. What is your vision? What is the scope? Where are you headed? And they want to help you get there. They want to make sure that you actually have a project that's going to cause you to grow. Number two, they actually want you to be profitable, and they want to see the impact on the community. What jobs will be created? How are you going to help the community by actually opening up the doors for your vision and your project to take birth and also bless others. So the deadline to apply for these $2,500 to $10,000 in grants is February 28th. And you can get more information and apply for these grants by going directly to their website at CTWBDC.org/equity-match-grant-program. Number 4, Massachusetts, Holyoke. $10,000 in grants. So Holyoke has just recently launched the new Micro Enterprise Grant Program. Now these are $1,000 to $10,000 in grants that are actually meant to be able to help small businesses, specifically where they need it, with operational expenses. So many businesses are finding it very difficult to keep going, to keep their doors open. Either their product stock has gone up, their cost to operate their business has gone up, they're having trouble with hiring or keeping people, retaining employees, the list goes on. So having grant programs such as this one that's actually helping them with operational expenses goes a long way. Now this grant program is actually one of many that we're seeing around the country that are coming from community development block grants. So this particular grant program is actually being administered by the U.S. Department of Housing Community Development Block Grant. So it's actually meant to help these small businesses with rent, utilities, payroll costs, equipment, etc. So these are micro grants. And to qualify, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, you must have 5 or less employees. And number 2, the business owner must be in the low or moderate income bracket. So you can apply for these grants and micro grants as long as funds are available. And you can get more information and apply for these $1,000 to $10,000 in grants by going directly to their website at holyoke.org. Number 5, Texas, San Antonio, one-time grants, $10,000 to $35,000 in grants. So San Antonio has launched a new grant program and allocated about $2.25 million in ARPA funds to help small businesses that have been affected by construction in the St. Mary Strip area. So many businesses have been affected by ongoing construction. They've actually faced loss of revenue. And this grant program is specifically meant to address that loss of revenue. They've actually created this grant program to help them recover from losing foot traffic, from losing business due to the ongoing construction. So these are $10,000 to $35,000 in grants, depending on what the business is looking to do. If the business is looking just to recover costs, the grants will be less. If the business is looking to actually rebrand themselves and reestablish their store and their business, then they can actually get up to $35,000 in grants. Now this grant program is being administered by microlender Lift Fund. We've talked extensively and shared about Lift Fund here on my channel. We've also included information on them in our resource area at my website, AskRinde.com. They're administering grant programs around the country, and that's a good source to actually tap into to be able to get grants for your business. So to qualify to apply for this $10,000 to $35,000 in grants, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, your business must be located in one of the 15 construction zones that are being affected by the ongoing construction. Number 2, you must have been in business since January 1st of 2021. And number 3, you must be able to demonstrate a minimum of $10,000 revenue loss as a result of the ongoing construction. So the application for this program opens on February 13th, and the grants will actually be given by March 20th. And you can get more information and apply for these $10,000 to $35,000 in grants by going directly to the admin's website at liftfund.com. Number 6, Washington, Tacoma, $3,000 to $20,000 in grants. So Tacoma, Washington has just recently launched a new Small Business Restoration Grant Program. And this grant program is specifically invested in the local business community by giving them financial support for property damage repair, permit requirements, as well as marketing growth. And the idea is by helping these businesses with financial support, it will help restore the business community, keep jobs in the community, as well as keep the doors open. So the deadline to apply for these $3,000 to $20,000 in grants is February 2nd. And you can get more information and apply by going directly to their website at cityoftacoma.org. Number 7, Massachusetts, Westfield, $365,000 in grant funds. So the Westfield Community Development Block Grant Program just recently launched a new program called the Business Blueprint Program. So this is actually an 8-week course designed to be able to help small businesses create a financial plan, get access to grants, as well as coaching. And they're slated to allocate about $365,000 in CDBG funds to the block grant program. And the grants are being administered by Valley Community Development. And to qualify and to apply for this 8-week program to get access to grants, you must meet the following criteria. Number 1, you must have been in business for 3 years or less. So ideally, they're looking for startup businesses. And number 2, the business owner must have an income of 80% or less of the area's median income. So the application deadline for this program is February 13th. And you can get more information and apply by going directly to the website at citywestfield.org. Number 8, Michigan, Romulus, $1 million in grants. So the Small Business Assistance Workforce Development Division just recently launched the new Development Initiative Project Funding Grant. So as Romulus has been named a Certified Redevelopment Ready Community, this grant program is actually ideal for them to be able to help retain existing businesses and also court new businesses. And in the Detroit region, they've allocated about $1 million in grants to be able to execute and actually bring this to pass. And these grants are being administered by the Congressional Grants Division of the Department of HUD, and it's about $1 million in funds that's being available for small businesses. And one of the key forces making this project and this grant program happen is the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Now this is actually a key partner in Michigan, and they actually connect many businesses with hundreds of partners in order to be able to help them move their businesses forward with marketing, get access to grants, and also expansion. So to apply and get more information for this particular grant program, you can actually go directly to their website at michiganbusiness.org. Number 9, Alaska, Small Business Relief Grants, $5,000 in grants. So the Central Council of Alaska has recently launched the new Small Business Relief Grant Program. Now this grant program is meant specifically for tribal citizens and is actually meant to allocate and distribute about 450 grants in $5,000 increments for each small business. So many of these small businesses have been struggling and finding it hard to keep their businesses going. So this relief program is actually welcome news from these tribal citizens. It's going to give them a $5,000 infusion to keep their doors open and to continue to operate their businesses. So the deadline to apply for this small business grant relief program is actually projected out to December 29th. And you can get more information and apply for these $5,000 grants by going directly to their website at ccthita-nsn.gov. Number 10, Texas, Harlingen, $10,000 in grants. So the Harlingen Economic Development Corporation has just recently launched the new Revitalize Harlingen. Now this is a match grant program in order to be able to help small businesses with exterior renovations. So the entire $10,000 grant is specifically targeting businesses that need exterior renovations to be able to improve their businesses, draw more foot traffic, as well as grow their businesses and get more revenues coming in. So this is about $150,000 in grants that's been allocated, and they're targeting specific zones in order to be able to disseminate the grants. And as I shared earlier, with match grant programs, you need to match the funds. So if your project is $20,000, Harlingen would actually match it with $10,000. They will not go over the $10,000. They're going to actually match up to $10,000 per project. They're also going to review the scope and what's involved, basically to see how much they will allocate towards that project. Some will be more than less. So they're going to be doing an informational session on this specific program and how to actually get involved with Revitalize Harlingen on February 9th. And you can get more details of how to get access to this $10,000 grant and what it can do for your business by going directly to the Harlingen Economic Development Corporation's website at harlingenedc.com. So these are just a few of the new grants in new states. We couldn't include all the grants as we try not to keep the videos too long. Now this is grant season and there are many new grants all around the country. So make sure you drop your city and your state in the comment section below so we can make sure that we cover you. Also, our resource area is the top resource area for small business grants all around the country. So So if you'd like to learn all the new grants that are coming out for small businesses, from short-term grants to small business relief grants to long-term grants to fast grants and much more, make sure you go to our website at AskRinde.com, click on grants, and get started today. And get connected with us in our resource area, where you'll learn more about how to grow your business and how to get access to grants as well as capital for your business. Also, our Grants Masterclass is now open. This Grants Masterclass is a game changer. We help you to show you how to get grants consistently coming into your business as an income stream month after month. In this Grants Masterclass, we show you how to position yourself so you can actually grow your business and actually get grants as an income stream. And we also show you the formula for grants, the missing piece, the key to how to get grants consistently. So our Grants Masterclass is the top masterclass for grants. If you'd like to actually join us and get connected with us, you can actually join that masterclass by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on grants, and getting started today. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.